Welcome to Trandy Wisdom, where every story is a doorway to a deeper truth. Today, we invite you to slow down, to breathe, and to rediscover the sacred art of walking with full awareness. Mindfulness, in every step, is not just a practice, it is a way of coming home to yourself. A journey where each footfall becomes a miracle. Stay with us, and together, let's step into the beauty of the present moment. 1. Walking in mindfulness, the art of returning to oneself. There is a profound beauty in something so simple as walking. Often, we walk only to arrive. We walk to go somewhere, to complete a task, to chase after a future that forever slips away, just beyond the next corner. In our hurried steps, we rarely notice the ground beneath our feet, the breath that carries us forward, or the miracle of being alive in each moment. Yet, walking can be an art, a sacred practice that leads us back to the very core of our beings. To walk in mindfulness is to reclaim this art, to touch the true home that is always available within us. Walking in mindfulness is not a technique to master, nor is it another achievement to add to the list of things done well. It is a gentle returning, a soft but resolute embrace of life just as it is. When we walk with awareness, every step becomes a seed of freedom, a declaration that we no longer wish to be prisoners of the future or captives of the past. We walk not to escape, but to arrive. We walk not to achieve, but to be. Imagine taking a single step, and in that step, feeling the full presence of life coursing through your body. Your foot touches the earth as your lungs welcome the breath. The sky, vast and open, wraps itself around you. The ground, ancient and patient, receives you with unconditional support. In that one step, nothing is missing. There is no need to rush, no need to become anyone else, no need to accomplish anything more. You are complete. You are home. When we walk in mindfulness, we breathe in gently, and we know that we are breathing in. We breathe out softly, and we know that we are breathing out. Our steps and our breath are no longer separate. They dance together. Like two dear friends holding hands, we can practice walking with one breath for every step, or two steps for each full breath. Depending on the rhythm of our bodies, what matters is not the speed, but the quality of our presence. A slow step infused with deep awareness is more precious than 1,000 hurried strides. Mindful walking invites us to release the burden of rushing. So much of our suffering arises from the illusion that we must always be somewhere else, someone else, something more. But when we walk in mindfulness, we dissolve that illusion. Each footfall reminds us that we have already arrived. There is nowhere we need to go, nothing we need to become. Life reveals itself fully in this step, and in this one, and in this one again. This practice is simple, but it is not always easy. Our minds, so accustomed to busyness and distraction, will rebel. They will tug us back toward worries and plans, regrets and hopes. When that happens, we do not judge ourselves. We simply smile and bring our awareness gently back to the sensation of our feet touching the ground, the air entering and leaving our lungs. In doing so, we strengthen the habit of returning home, again and again, with infinite patience and tenderness. In moments of deep mindfulness, we may discover that walking is no longer just moving the body forward. It becomes an act of communion with life itself. Each step is a prayer without words, a hymn offered to the earth, the sky, the trees, the birds, and all beings. We are no longer separate walkers in a hostile world. We are the living earth, breathing and stepping in unison with all that is. The barriers between self and other, inside and outside, dissolve like mist at dawn. We can practice mindful walking anywhere, in a park, along a quiet road, even within the walls of our own home. We can set aside formal times to walk slowly, dedicating our full attention to the experience, or we can weave mindfulness into our daily movements, walking from one room to another with awareness, walking from our desk to the kitchen with a gentle smile. Every path can become a sacred path if we walk it in mindfulness. Sometimes it helps to use a simple phrase to anchor our mind. Breathing in, we can silently say, "I have arrived." Breathing out, we can say, "I am home." These words are not mere affirmations. They are a way of touching the truth that, right now, we are alive. Right now, we are breathing. Right now, we belong. Walking in mindfulness also invites a deep sense of gratitude. With each step, we can recognize the countless miracles that make our life possible. The stability of the ground, the air we breathe, the strength of our legs, the mysterious beating of our heart. Gratitude naturally arises when we pause to notice how interconnected and precious life is. Gratitude softens our steps, transforms our walking into an offering of love. Through regular practice, mindful walking nourishes qualities that ripple through all aspects of our life. Patience, because we learn to be with what is, without forcing it to change. Compassion, because we see that every being we encounter is walking their own tender path. Joy, because we taste the sweetness of simple existence, free from striving. In the beginning, we may need to walk very slowly to cultivate mindfulness, slower than our habits would prefer. At first, it may feel awkward or uncomfortable, but with time, we find that slowness is not a burden, but a liberation. It grants us the space to actually experience our life, rather than rushing past it. We may even notice that time itself seems to open, each moment stretching wide and full, no longer a tight corridor pushing us forward. There's profound dignity in walking with mindfulness. We reclaim the nobility of being fully human, fully alive. We do not need anything more than what we already have to practice. We do not need ideal conditions or perfect environments. We only need the willingness to stop running, to pause, to feel the ground beneath us, to play, and to walk. When we walk in mindfulness, we do not walk alone. Even if we are physically by ourselves, we walk with the support of generations of ancestors, the strength of countless beings, the silent encouragement of the earth itself. Each mindful step is an act of remembrance. I am alive. I am breathing. I am whole. To walk in mindfulness is not to reject the world, but to embrace it more fully. It is to say yes to life in all its complexity and wonder. It is to affirm that every breath and every step is precious, and that we ourselves are precious too, just as we are. Thus, the art of walking in mindfulness is ultimately the art of living. In each step, we find our true home. In each breath, we rediscover our innate freedom. In each moment of awareness, we awaken to the deep joy of simply being alive. And so, dear friend, wherever you are, you can begin. Place one foot gently on the earth, breathe, smile, and know that in this simple act, you have already arrived. 2. Breath, smile, and sacred connection with Mother Earth. Breathing is the bridge between our body and our mind. It is the most intimate companion of our life, faithfully present from the moment of birth until our final day. Yet, how often do we truly notice it? How often do we embrace a single breath with the full tenderness and reverence it deserves? In the art of mindful walking, the breath becomes our anchor, our refuge, our deep well of life. When we walk in mindfulness, we do not walk with our feet alone. We walk with the breath as our constant guide. A mindful breath is a miracle. It is an act of awakening, a return from forgetfulness to presence. Breathing in, we recognize the gift of life flowing into us. Breathing out, we release all tension, all worries, and return to the natural rhythm of the earth. The breath is not mechanical. It is alive, and it carries within it the wisdom of the universe. Each inhalation and each exhalation is an opportunity to touch the sacredness of existence. When we synchronize our steps with our breathing, we create a rhythm that harmonizes body, mind, and spirit. There is no need for elaborate instructions or complicated methods. It can be as simple as breathing in and taking one step, breathing out and taking another. We may choose 2 or 3 steps for each breath, depending on what feels natural and easeful. What matters most is not the number of steps, but the quality of our attention. Each step, each breath, becomes an offering of awareness, a song of gratitude sung silently to life. As we breathe and walk, a smile may naturally bloom on our lips. This smile is not forced or artificial. It arises from the simple joy of being alive, of touching the wonders of life with each footfall. When we smile, we affirm that despite the many sorrows and struggles of existence, there is still beauty, still freshness, still peace available to us. The smile is a flower born from our breath and our steps. It does not deny suffering, but embraces life in its entirety, holding joy and sorrow together with tenderness. A smile, even a slight one, can relax hundreds of muscles in our face. It sends a message of peace not only to our body, but also to those around us. A genuine smile is a gift, a small act of healing, a ripple of joy that can spread without a sound. When we walk with a smile, we are walking not only for ourselves, but for all beings. We are cultivating peace with each breath, each step, each smile. Walking in this way, we begin to sense our deep connection with Mother Earth. The Earth is not beneath us, inert and lifeless. She is alive, generous, and nourishing. Every step we take is a kiss upon her body. Every breath we draw is a gift she offers. In our busy lives, we often forget our relationship with the Earth. We treat her as an object to be used rather than a living presence to be honored. But when we walk mindfully, we remember, we awaken the ancient bond between our heart and hers. As our foot touches the ground, we can silently say, breathing in, I feel the earth under my feet. Breathing out, I smile to the earth. We walk not as conquerors, but as children, returning to their mother, grateful and full of reverence. We feel the solidity of the ground supporting us, the coolness of the soil nourishing us, the quiet strength of the mountains echoing through our bones. We realize that we are not separate from the earth. We are the earth, walking upon herself. This sacred connection is not merely poetic. It is deeply real. Our bodies are made of the elements of the earth, the minerals of the mountains, the waters of the rivers, the breath of the forests, the warmth of the sun. When we smile to the earth, we smile to our own being. When we care for the earth, we care for ourselves. In this awareness, each step becomes an act of life, each breath a prayer of belonging. When we walk with mindfulness and gratitude, the world around us transforms. Trees are no longer background scenery. They are silent witnesses and wise companions. Flowers along the path are not just decorations. They are teachers of impermanence and joy. The breeze against our skin is no longer unnoticed. It is the breath of the earth, touching our own breath. Everything becomes vivid, alive, sacred. We can practice this connection anywhere, whether in a forest, a garden, a city street, or a quiet hallway. Wherever we walk, the earth is beneath us, patiently waiting to embrace us again. We do not need special places to practice. We need only to bring our awareness, our breath, our smile. In the busiest places, a single mindful step can create a pocket of peace, a small oasis of sacredness amidst the noise. Sometimes, during our walking meditation, we may choose to pause and truly touch the earth with both hands. We can kneel or bow down, offering our presence place to her. In doing so, We remember our ancestors, countless generations who walked and lived and loved upon this same earth. We remember the countless beings who share this planet with us. Seen and unseen, we bow not out of submission, but out of deep gratitude and humility, recognizing that, without the earth, there would be no breath, no smile, no life. Mindful walking with breath and smile is a profound form of healing. It heals the wounds of disconnection and forgetfulness. It heals the deep loneliness that arises when we believe ourselves to be separate from the world. By returning to our breath, our smile, and our connection with the earth, we rediscover the peace that has never truly left us. We realize that happiness is not something to be chased or achieved. It is already here, in each conscious step, in each aware breath. In times of difficulty, when emotions surge and thoughts swirl, mindful walking can be a refuge. Instead of getting lost in worries or anger, we can come back to the simple miracle of stepping on the earth, breathing in and out, smiling gently, no matter how heavy the heart may feel. The earth is vast enough to receive it, no matter how restless the mind may be. The breath is steady enough to anchor it, no matter how lost we may feel. A single mindful step is enough to begin again. Through this practice, we cultivate resilience, clarity, and compassion. We learn to walk not only for ourselves, but for those who cannot walk, for those who suffer, for those who have forgotten how to smile. Each step becomes a vow to live more deeply, to love more fully, to be more present. Each breath becomes an invitation to return home, to awaken to the sacredness of existence. There is a deep peace that arises when we no longer walk as isolated individuals, but as expressions of life itself. The trees breathe with us, the rivers sing with us, the stones listen quietly. The earth embraces each step without judgment, without expectation. In walking with breath, smile, and awareness, we weave ourselves back into the great tapestry of life, the endless dance of being. To walk in this way is to honor the earth, to honor ourselves, to honor the miracle of being alive. It is a simple practice, but it holds the power to transform our lives, to heal our hearts, and to heal the world. In every step, we affirm that life is sacred. In every breath, we celebrate the precious gift of this moment. In every smile, we share the light of our awakening with all beings. Breathing in, I arrive. Breathing out, I am home. Stepping gently, I touch the earth with love. Smiling, I walk the sacred path of life. 3. Each step, a journey of awakening and nurturing love. When we place one foot gently on the earth, something keyless stirs within us. It is not simply a physical act, but a sacred remembrance. With each step taken in mindfulness, we are invited to step out of forgetfulness, out of the endless dream of becoming, and into the vast, wondrous reality of being. Walking, when practiced with deep awareness, is no longer merely a means of transportation. It becomes a profound journey of awakening, an unfolding of the heart's deepest capacity to love and be loved. Each step can be an act of liberation. Each step can be a quiet revolution against the forces of haste, greed, and fear that so often govern our days. In walking mindfully, we say with our bodies, with our breath, and with our very being, I refuse to be carried away by the storms of life. I choose to return, to belong, to be fully here. No matter how many times we have been pulled away by worries or distractions, each new step is an opportunity to begin again, to start anew on the path of true presence. In the beginning, mindful walking may feel awkward or mechanical. Our feet are used to hurrying, our minds are used to wandering, but through gentle persistence, we begin to taste the profound simplicity of just being. We do not need to do anything special. We do not need to accomplish anything extraordinary. We simply need to walk with awareness and tenderness, allowing each step to carry us deeper into life's embrace. Imagine walking as if each step is planting a seed of peace in the earth. With each footfall, we offer our intention to live with greater awareness, greater compassion, greater love. We do not need to rush to harvest the fruits of these seeds. It is enough to trust that each mindful step nurtures the garden of our heart. In this way, walking becomes not only a personal practice, but a gift to the world. Walking mindfully, we reconnect with our true nature. Beneath the layers of busyness, ambition, and fear, there is a boundless, tender presence that is always available. Each step, when taken with awareness, brushes away a little of the dust that covers our original face, the face of pure being. Each breath taken with mindfulness polishes the mirror of our heart, allowing the light of our true self to shine forth once more. Love begins with awareness. To love ourselves, we must first be present with ourselves. We must learn to touch our own suffering with compassion, to embrace our own joys with gratitude. Mindful walking offers us a gentle, non-judgmental way to come home to ourselves. There is no need to analyze or fix anything. We simply walk and breathe, allowing our presence to heal the wounds of separation and self-rejection. When we walk with love for ourselves, that love naturally extends outward. We begin to see that every being we encounter is also walking a path filled with joys and sorrows, hopes and fears. We recognize ourselves in the eyes of a stranger, in the song of a bird, in the silence of a stone. Our walking becomes a prayer of compassion, an offering of kindness to all beings. Mindful walking teaches us patience. In a world obsessed with speed and efficiency, the simple act of slowing down can feel revolutionary. We learn that there is no need to hurry. The flower does not bloom more beautifully because it rushes. The river does not flow more purely because it races. In walking slowly, we align ourselves with the true rhythm of life, a rhythm that honors each moment as sacred. As we walk, we may choose to offer loving kindness silently with each step. Breathing in, we can say inwardly, "May I be peaceful." Breathing out, we can say, "May all beings be happy." These simple phrases, repeated gently with our breath and our steps, plant seeds of metta, loving kindness, in the soil of our consciousness. Over time, these seeds grow into a vast, sheltering tree under which countless beings can find rest. Walking in this way, we learn that love is not something distant or dramatic. It is found in the small, seemingly insignificant acts of daily life. It is found in the way we place our foot upon the earth, in the way we breathe, in the way we smile at a passing stranger. Each step taken in mindfulness is a brushstroke in the great masterpiece of a life lived with love. Mindful walking also reveals to us the truth of interbeing. We are not separate entities moving through a cold, indifferent world. We are intimately woven into the fabric of life. The air we breathe is the exhalation of the trees. The food we eat is the gift of the sun, the rain, the soil, and countless hands that cultivated and prepared it. Each step we take touches this vast web of interdependence. Walking mindfully, we bow to the miracle of existence, grateful for the countless conditions that support our life in every moment. This awareness can transform our relationship with the earth. No longer do we see the planet as a resource to be exploited. We see her as our mother, our sister, our very body. Each step becomes an act of reverence, a promise to live in harmony with the natural world. We realize that to harm the earth is to harm ourselves, and to protect her is to protect the future of all beings. There may be days when we feel heavy, burdened by grief, anger, or despair. On such days, mindful walking can be a powerful medicine. We do not need to force ourselves to feel joyful. We simply bring our pain along with us, cradle it in our arms like a tender child. Step by step, breath by breath. We offer our suffering to the earth, trusting in her vastness, her capacity to transform. In doing so, we learn that true love includes not only our joys, but also our sorrows. Mindful walking nurtures resilience. Life inevitably brings challenges and uncertainties, but when we have the habit of returning to our breath, to our steps, we carry within us a sanctuary that no external circumstance can destroy. We can meet difficulties with calmness and compassion, because we know how to touch the ground of being within us. We know how to take refuge in the simple, enduring miracle of the present moment. In this practice, we rediscover the sacredness of the ordinary. A walk across the garden becomes a pilgrimage. A journey to the mailbox becomes an act of devotion. Every step, every breath, every smile becomes a thread in the tapestry of awakened living. There is no moment too small, no place too humble to be touched by mindfulness and mercy. Ultimately, mindful walking is not about reaching a destination. It is about inhabiting our life fully, without reservation or regret. It is about waking up to the miracle of walking on this precious earth, in this precious body, with this precious breath. It is about allowing love to flow through our synapses, our breath, our very being, until it touches everything we encounter. As we practice, we may discover that the boundary between walker and path dissolves. We are not separate from the earth, the sky, the trees, the streams. We are walking with the whole universe. We are carried by life, sustained by life, embraced by life. In each mindful step, we participate in the great dance of existence, a dance that has no beginning and no end. Each step is a seed of awakening. Each breath is a call to love. Each smile is a lamp lit in the darkness. In walking mindfully, we become peace. We become love. We become the living prayer of the earth. Breathing in, I know I am alive. Breathing out, I walk in love, step by step, breath by breath, smile by smile. I return home to the heart of life. Thank you for walking with us today. May each step you take be filled with peace, presence, and love. See you again on Trandy Wisdom, where every story leads you closer to your true home.